Hello everybody, long time no see. Today we're gonna have the sketch review. The weirdest weapons in hell are bouncing iron ball that followed me around the level, trying very hard to crush my avatar. They die quickly, but the movement is chaotic enough that they are hard to hit, and focus to them often makes it easier for the other enemies to shoot at me and catch me unaware. So I let one demonic ball bounce behind me, finish off a machine gunner with a few hits to head, and then backpedal furious through the level until I get the bouncer on my sides. It managed to nick a little health, but I finally take it down just in time to focus on hell third that's now shooting at me. This is the sketch review on our channel. Welcome. Sketch is developed by Damage State Ltd and published by Quelly. I played via Steam on PC, and the game can also be brought on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S and older consoles made by Microsoft and Sony. The title aims to deliver a pretty class first-person shooter experience with some unique twists. Players take a role of Scathe, who has some aspects of classic golem narrative for his backstory. The divine creator aims to attack his evil counterpart, Scathe, with the protagonist up to the spear. To prove his power and capabilities, Scathe needs to explore a hellbound maze and deal with the wide variety of enemies and challenges. In each area, he needs to find runes to unlock new avenues of advance, and 6 Hellstones are required to get out of the maze. The emphasis of the experience is not our storytelling, but I enjoyed the way the two godly power critique or praise the player the performance. The game will be instantly familiar to anyone who has already enjoyed a first-person shooter. Scathe moves pretty fast and can employ a dash that also takes our enemies into his path to traverse space even quicker. Movement options are completed by a jump that is unfortunately a little imprecise. They are enough to keep the attentive player out of the enemy's path and lines of fire. Speed and vital awareness are key to emergency and emerging unsketched. Players were really mainly on the weapon to hit back hard. The starting machine gun with its grenade alternative fire is very efficient, but there are plenty of other implements of destruction to find along the way. Sketch also gets access to the powerful spells fueled by the death of enemies. It's a solid arsenal that much needed to engage with the demons of the maze. The fast ones, the most threatening, either is most human or ball form, that the most fast and close with the player. Deal with them first, while making a move note of when ranged opponents are flying from. I tend to deal with flying demons who are really weak but can attack from surprising positions. After each engagement, make sure to explore the area for runes, health and potential secrets. I like the movement action and structure of the game. It rewards fast reactions and a good tactical sense, but the difficulty can ramp up very quickly and some deaths feels like unfair. The lives system is a good idea, but often it drops players back into the middle of the big fight with no way to make it out alive, bosses and the other layers of challenge. Sketch is very generous when it comes to the multiplayer, revealing full crossplay between all the platforms it launches on, which is still too rare in the modern gaming space. The game allows players to work in groups up for 4 players to tackle these demonic challenges, with support for drop in and out and anytime during the session. Sketch is a decent to good looking shooter with some impressive hell-themed touches. There are demonic writing on the walls, and the enemies are easy to recognize and the target, even if they lack some personality. The biggest issue is the repetitive and mostly drab nature of environments. I like sound design, which includes some truly hair-raising demonic whispering, which gets louder by the player of the low health, and a soundtrack that stays in the background but boosts the whole atmosphere. So let's start with the bad. At the bad we have the respawning issues, some minor bugs, difficulty spikes, repetitive levels, and I think it's enough for the bads. Let's move to the goods. So I would say that the sound is very nice, so the hell theme is top, multiplayer crossplay is top, and a solid first-person shooter mechanics. That's the good ones, I guess. So yeah, about the conclusion. Scathe is a good first-person shooter for anyone who loves the genre and appreciates a challenge. The story is good enough and the combat feels visceral. Moving through the same rooms can become repetitive, but the FPS mechanics are good enough to keep players engaged. I would like for the game to offer at least another difficulty level. Frustration can also appear in the respawn, puts the player in the middle of a big fight with no way out, but overall Scathe understands what makes the FPS stick and adds enough new ideas to keep fans engaged. Thank you for watching. Bye.